reality, my mentality. Everything changes so rapidly, and I'm ready for the never-ending fire. Dancing with my deepest, dark desires. Miracle, how empirical. Don't know anything quite as hysterical. Everything around me transpires as I fulfill my darkest desire.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Impulse7 here, back with another video for you guys today. There's been a lot of content for me to upload recently, and I'm trying to do daily content for the next week, at least from the time I'm writing the script. Because by the time this video is up, I'll probably be running out of content. But since I have 4-part Fourth Closet detail videos and some Minecraft mods and some stuff on Minezone and reading Fetch. But at the same time, but the time this video is up, I'll probably be done reading the whole book. And, well, I'm not done. I haven't read Out of Stock yet, but, I mean, well, I've uploaded all the other videos except for, this video and Lonely Freddy. So yeah, I know my mic is kind of bad. It's just because I got a new PC, and, I haven't set up OBS yet, so I'm not able to record on there just yet, but I will. I'll set everything up and I'll try to fix it up. And the next videos, hopefully, I'll have better audio. Anyways, I need to read Fetch. Anyways, I read Fetch and found 18 new details that not many people seem to notice, or at least to my knowledge. Keep in mind that some of the details may be my brain overthinking things, or maybe some of the details mean absolutely nothing. So yeah, take everything I say with a grain of salt. After all of these videos are basically theory videos and not just facts. Anyways, I'm dragging on. Let's just get into the video, starting with number 1. On the walls of Freddy's, there was apparently, weird dark stuff. It's never specified what this is. So, is it possible that this is agony? Because later, we see there's agony on the ceiling, and it's a similar description. So is it possible that this is agony also? Number 2. This one's one of the bigger ones. Cyril, one of Greg's friends, one of the main characters of the book. The main characters are Greg, Cyril, and Haiti. Cyril is described as, a short, skinny kid with, boyish features, brown hair, and, a cartoon character sounding voice, and his voice apparently didn't earn him too many friends besides Haiti and Greg. And Cyril, throughout the book, is really paranoid, really jumpy when nobody else is. And based on this, Cyril reminds me of the Crying Child. Crying Child is easily scared in FNAF 4. He's short and has brown hair, just like Cyril, and he doesn't have too many friends to our knowledge. Yeah, lots of people are going to his birthday party, but most people aren't friends with him to our knowledge, because everyone just makes fun of him. Cyril is afraid of clowns, which I think Crying Child would be since his sister was killed by one. For some reason, forgot to say this when recording, but number 3. The Freddy's Pizzeria is still stocked with all the items it needs when opened. It's as if everyone just up and left without anything. In the FNAF 3 minigames, the animatronics parts are still in the backstage area, the animatronics are still on stage, the tables are still scattered around the same way they should be, the arcade cabinets are still in the safe room, and the office still has the fan and desk. And at this point, the location was closed and abandoned, so this seems connected. Number 4. We all know there's a dark stain on the ceiling in Freddy's, and it's pretty clear that it is agony. And agony was also coming out of the Into the Pit Spring Bonnie's eyes, so agony is black, right? And what else is black? Dark Remnant in FNAF 4. So does this mean Dark Remnant is agony? Well, not really. Dark Remnant is like a gas-like substance, but agony, or at least the manifestation of agony, is like a solid or a liquid. Dark Remnant is agony in a way, but it's not limited to being agony. Dark Remnant is negative emotions. Agony is included in that, but it is not only agony. This is made clear by hide and seek, since Shadow Bonnie is made from rage and fear, not agony. But what haunted Fetch was not Dark Remnant, it was agony and only agony. Number 5. When Fetch was being turned on, the rain stopped. The agony of Andrew has the power to literally control the weather. This just goes to show how powerful his agony is, likely because he was the vengeful spirit. If Andrew suddenly goes bad, he should be the next MCU villain. Number 6. We never get an answer as to who slammed the door in the location. Was it just some paranormal activity? Was it an animatronic? The Stitch Wraith? We don't know. But I thought I mentioned this because I want to see what you guys may think. People still people just gloss over it. But I think it might be more important than it seems. Please tell me in the comments, who do you think that slammed this door? Number 7. Haiti is said to have curly black hair. And this reminds me a lot of Andrew. And Andrew is a representation of of Cassidy. So we know, or at least I have an idea, who 2 of these characters represent. But what about Greg? Well, first of all, this seems to indicate before they died, Crying Child and Cassidy were friends. But tell me in the comments, who do you think Greg represents? I definitely think it's Mike, for sure, especially based on events in the book that I'll talk about later. But it might not be. So who do you think he represents? Number 8. Whenever I read dialogue from Uncle Darren, I always read it in my head in Negan's voice from The Walking Dead. Sorry, wrong topic. Anyways, Greg was gonna babysit a kid from the McNally family called Jake. Sound familiar? Jake, aka the kid in the Stitch Wraith. The Jake from The Real Jake. Apparently his last name is McNally, and that's interesting. So I researched the meaning of the name McNally to see if it could mean anything because we were able to connect Andrew to Cassidy by looking at the Irish roots of the name. And I found that McNally means son of the poor man. If this means anything, it would be very interesting. Does poor man in this context mean regarding money or feeling bad? It could be money, but that doesn't make much sense as much sense as feeling bad, since it could correlate to William Afton, if it means anything at all. So it could support the theory that William killed out of grief, since Jake seemingly represents Crying Child, which is William's son. But I know a lot of people hate Will Grief, but it does seem likely to me. At least in some way, I think it was. To a certain extent, at least, Will Grief is true, I think. But you might disagree, that's fine. So do you think the name McNally means anything? If so, let me know in the comments what you think it means. And I should also mention that Darren says him and Jake's mom go way back. That's interesting to me, and you can do with this information what you want. Number 9. The neighbor's dog is described as being small but evil with sharp teeth and one eye missing. This reminds me a lot of Mangle and Foxy, with the one eye missing, sharp teeth, and that stuff. Foxy is similar to, like I said, Foxy is similar too, but he's not really a dog. I mean, foxes are in the dog family, but Mangle is theorized to be possessed by a dog. So Mangle seems like the more likely choice to be the connection here, if there's any. Number 10. Trent is the school bully. He bullies everyone, but he mostly targets Cyril. This makes me think more that Cyril represents Crying Child. Trent represents Michael then, but only Mike in FNAF 4. Greg doesn't seem to get offended or scared of Trent. In fact, he stands up to Trent. He stands up to the bully. I don't know about anyone else, but this reminds me of 2 people. One of them is Charlie. Most people are too scared to stand up to William in the games, or at the very least, not many people do. But Charlie, the puppet, does. So is it possible that Greg represents Charlie? Maybe. It would make sense that Crying Child and Charlie are friends. After all, their parents are best friends. They were. But Greg could also be Michael, considering evidence later on, like I said. And he also does stand up to William, obviously, as we know. So, number 11. Fetch, in an REG code, texted Greg saying, okay. The reason I mention this is because I actually converted the code myself, and it was actually accurate. That doesn't surprise me that they would do that. Just wanted to mention it because it's a really good attention to detail. Number 12. In Stitch Wraith number 4, Jake seems to recognize Andrew's voice as someone from school. But this doesn't make any sense. Jake here is 4 years old. He's not sick yet. And this is in modern times. This story, Fetch I mean. And Jake is here. He's 4 years old. He's not sick yet. And this is in modern times. But Andrew died in 1985. Decades before Jake was even born. So why was that mentioned in Stitch Wraith 4? Do you think he just mistook him for someone else or what? Just let me know in the comments what you think, if it's like an error or something, because I'm not quite sure. Number 13. I find it weird that Greg and Kimberly are the only 2 students in Greg's entire class that are active. But it's more strange to me that Kimberly questioned the 0-point field, but she, just like Greg, understood REGs. They have pretty similar interests, and that could just be writing to make them seem like they'd be a cute couple and make you want them together. But this is FNAF, so I feel like it could possibly mean something. Alright, so we hit a dry spell on the details for the next 20 pages. But here, now, number 14, we all know Fetch has an REG inside him, right? But does this mean other animatronics in the series could have REGs inside them? I think so, but the question is who? I'll leave that up to you guys, let me know in the comments. Number 15, when Greg's mom tells Greg his Uncle Darren was attacked and lost his finger, she said it was by a wild animal. But we all know what Fetch looks like. Yeah, he's modeled after a dog, but there is no way somebody could mix that up. Also, when they went back to Freddy's, a random dog chased them out the pizzeria. But how did a dog get in there? The place has been abandoned for years. And if it was trapped in there the whole time, it would be dead. But how would it have gotten in there otherwise? But what if it didn't? What if this was Fetch wearing an illusion disc? This could be why Uncle Darren mistook him for a wild animal. Number 16. Greg beat Fetch down to broken pieces, right? Little reference to the song. Is this reminding anybody else of Michael Afton? Think about it. Mike kills his brother accidentally using an animatronic, and for the rest of his life went around breaking animatronics to undo his father's evil work and fix his mistakes. Greg unwittingly sent Fetch to hurt his Uncle Darren, and then broke Fetch when he knew it was his fault. This seems like a connection to me for sure. Honestly, I feel like literally every Fazbear Frights protagonist is representative of a micro-crying child. Number 17. When Greg was telling Kimberly and her family everything about Fetch, and said he broke into the abandoned Freddy's pizzeria, Kimberly's dad was really upset and surprised by this. He basically yelled at him. He was like, "You what?" Implying he knows about it, and he's seemingly scared of it. Then when the police show up, they're surprised the restaurant is still there. People are nervous about Freddy still after years and years of it being closed. This just goes to show how big the missing children's incident was, and how detrimental it was to the whole franchise of restaurants. And obviously, of the series. Number 18. When they go home, Greg's dad is such an absolute dickhead to Greg. He lies. He literally says, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And I'd say I was disappointed in you, but I haven't expected anything good from you in years. And I think this could definitely connect to William Afton. Yeah, William does care about his kids, but only to a certain extent. Except for Michael, especially after the bite. He completely hates Michael, and before the bite, he just ignores him. He doesn't care. And we've connected Michael to Greg in this story so far anyway, so William saying this to Michael isn't far-fetched.
Ha! Get it? See what I did there? Far-fetched.
No? Alright then. And, yeah, guys, I completely lied to you. There is 19 details that I found. Yay! Okay, so I got this detail when I talked about Fetch with Krakoa, and it's pretty interesting. Throughout the book, Greg is trying to impress Kimberly and get her attention. This could connect back to two things. The first is Michael being ignored by William desperately, trying to get his attention. This is one of the main reasons for Michael bullying Crying Child. He's jealous that Crying Child gets all the attention and he gets none. It could also connect to Michael acting like a tough guy around his friends, bullying his brother and trying to impress his friends. Alright, well, that's the final detail I found in the story. Honestly, the story is absolutely incredible. One of my favorite stories, 10 out of 10. At the very least, top 3. Amazing. As for the details, there was a lot at the start, but it slowed down as the book went on, but then there was more at the end. But still, love the story. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video. Tomorrow will probably be the Lonely Freddy video. If I'm able to get it out tomorrow, I'll try my best. But yeah, bye-bye!